Hi, in this video we'll try to create report pages. We have already loaded the text files from a folder, and these are the applied steps by Power Query Editor. And in this next section we'll try to use Power Query Editor and try to do some transformations. As you can see, we have loaded the data. And as a first step, we'll try to rename the columns. And also options is that you could always use text analytics, right? We can use that option, which is available on the top right, and we can get key phrases, score sentiment, and detect knowledge. We are going to skip this step for now, and we'll try to do the transformations manually. And first step is that we want to remove all the empty rows. So all you have to do is go to the column, select it, and click on remove empty. And next is I've duplicated this column as shown here on the screen. Duplicate the column, and once you duplicate the column, and you can lowercase the text. And I mean, we are trying to do all these transformations, right? We want to clean the data in the text. Ultimately, we want to create a new column, which is a word column, and try to extract words from these sentences, because as you know, text column has sentences, and in English language we have a space between words, so we'll use that split column functionality as shown here. I've already done that to save time. I've already created all these steps, but we will try to go and look at each and every step which I have created. And once you use a split column and try to use the delimiter as space, like as shown here. Let us click on by delimiter, and we'll insert the step. And in this case, we'll try to use that, and we will also go to advanced. Instead of columns, we want them as rows, so that each and every line is kind of using the split function. We'll try to create the word. So from each and every line, it is creating the words, as you can see here. And next steps are pretty simple, and to save time, I'm not kind of cleaning the data, and I'm just using, I'm filtering rows and replacing values wherever I see, like a comma, apostrophe, or quotations. So those things I've used, and also I've used the clean text and trim text options. As you click on that particular column, which is a word column, and I went and used those functions automatically. So trim text and also replace text. Again, in real world, the data will not be clean, so our major focus would be try to create a clean column, so that it makes sense when we're creating reports, right? So clean data is pretty much a requirement. So like you can always create another column or convert this particular word column, try to get the length. So it will calculate the number of characters in that particular column, and as you shown on the screen, you can get the length of the word also. So you might want to create that column additionally and use it in your report pages, but for now we'll skip that. And also we'll try to couple of steps are more required in Power Query Editor, and we are trying to clean it. And next is we'll duplicate this column, word column, and we are trying to use something called as stop words, which are like commonly used words in a language that are filtered out, so we don't need them. They don't have any kind of significant value, so these are uninformative words. So you can download them, select those words, whatever words you feel like in your dataset. If not this Mahabharata dataset, if any dataset, you can select those words which you want to remove. Once you directly enter into data, or maybe load into a CSV file and load it into Power BI, once you do that, you have those stop words, right? All we have to do is, since we already have a column called as word, we want to use the merge queries. So we'll use the power of Power Query, and we use merge queries like shown here. And we want all the stop words should be removed from our word column, right? So we have already given, say, 170, 180, depends on your need. You can add those stop words, and we are going to use a left anti-join, right? So this will give you an option where you can clean your word column further, and you can remove those unwanted words, right? You can add more words in your CSV file too. So that is one option, and we have already done that. And also additionally, you can create a word table out of it, like shown here. Right click on it, add as new query, and turned that into a table. So thereby you have another new table which has words, so that in case if if there is a need for you to create a report, you can use that table as such, which has only the words. So for now we'll not worry much about it. So going to those tables, we can right click and we will disable the load, so that we don't want the stop words and word table to appear in our Power BI desktop. So I think we have done this. We will, once we do that, so follow the steps, pause the video and follow the steps how those merge queries have been created. And you can remove the column which you don't want, because stop words have been removed from our word columns. So we have done that. I'm just repeating that step so that you can see. I've used the join kind as left anti. So once we have that, remove that column. We don't no longer need that. Like shown here, we remove the column. And next is rename the column. So in case if you want, you can rename the column. I have renamed it that as word. We have already done that earlier. So we don't want word table and stop words to appear in our Power BI desktop. You can right click and disable the load. So that is a final step, so that I think we have whatever transformations we want, we have done that. And I'm repeating these two above steps, the merge queries and also how to create the word table. So I've just shown them differently. So we no longer need that. I've already created that. So we'll disable the load. And these are the cleaning steps which you have to do. It depends on the need, right? So we don't want those two tables. So once we are happy with this, let us go back and click close and apply. And we don't want this table or word table to appear in our Power BI desktop. You can disable the load like shown here. Once we do that and we are happy, I think these are the minimum transformations which I thought I will do before we go ahead and create a couple of report pages. So now that we have that is being loaded, once we have that, we can just go back to Power BI desktop. The dataset has been loaded, and I've created two simple measures. I have tried to count the number of words, created that particular measure, and also I wanted to see the distinct words by using the distinct count function on the word column. I've got those numbers. I have those things here, and you can just like I said, we have to clean the data, but I haven't done much here. But in case if you have time, just go ahead and do the cleaning process in Power Query itself. Once we have done that, the next step is to create certain pages. So I've already created one page. So this is a simple table which has parva, number of words and number of distinct words as shown here. Those are the columns which have passed to this table, and those are the values you have, your number of words and number of distinct words. And also on the right, I have created, I used the card visual and I have created two visuals. And in the second page, I have used a stacked bar chart. I have added to the y-axis parva and x-axis number of words and number of distinct words. And that is usual formatting, right? In case if you need, you can do all those things. So I'm just trying to simplify things so that we don't spend much time on the formatting. And let us make sure, go back to the table, and we have two report pages. The first page and second page is a stacked bar chart. Once we have that, let us try to go back and see what else can we do. So in Mahabharata, it's a Hindu epic. So there are many characters in the Mahabharata. So I thought I will just go ahead and try to look for that in Wikipedia and copy that link and go back to your Power BI desktop, get data, and use that web function so that you get the list of characters. So if you click on whatever tables you need, in this case you have your table view and web view options. So just try to highlight the table which you want. In this case, the table 4 looks like that is the table which we need. Select that and do the transformations. And there are many columns. We don't want other columns, right? So we want only one, because we want to know the name and the character column and details about the character, right? So let us try to rename that first column as character, and let us try to rename the second column as character details, so that if we are trying to find out the character, you can know what is the character is all about, the bio or the details. Next logical step is try to go to your model view and try to create the relationship between them. like shown here. So that way we can use the character column and also the bio details column from this character table in our visuals. So this way I thought I can use that as kind of a tooltip page in our stacked bar. So let us try to do that. I'll try to save time. I'll try to create pages, and I will show you step by step. So once we have that particular visual on this page, let us try to kind of maybe make more changes here, or maybe let us try to go to the third page. So this is the stacked bar chart, and I've added slicer up top, and also to as shown stacked bar chart, the y-axis is a character and x-axis is number of words. Like I said, since we have a relationship, we can go ahead and use all the measures and also the columns from the characters table. So we have two columns there, character and characters bio. And I've also went ahead and created a tooltip page. And this tooltip page has a single column for now. I've added characters bio details so that you have those details up in the tooltip page. And we can use this tooltip page on any of the visuals which we have created. Say for example, we can highlight this particular visual, go to format section, and we'll direct that page to the tooltip page we have just created, so that if you hover over any of these bar chart, stacked bar chart, or those characters, you have the details of that particular character. I think this is cool, and you can select make selections on your slicer too, so that way you can see those characters up here, and if you hover over any of those characters, you have those details. I think this looks cool. And once we have that, I think it's a tooltip. Use the tooltip in the format section and make changes whatever you want, and direct that tool on that visual. Select the visual and direct that page to the whatever page you have created, the characters bio tooltip page, and make all the changes. Again, it's look and feel, and whatever formatting you want to do, you can do it. But for now, we'll just try to simplify it. And we have created these pages. So let us try to go back to another page. I've already created word clouds. You can go to app source and download the third party visual word cloud. So it's shown here. So once you do that, you have the word cloud visual on your visuals pane. So I've created, I've added a slicer up top, and I've created two different clouds, word clouds. The first one is not frequency. I just wanted to add character, as you can see on the left. On the right, I've added the word from the Maha text table. So you can add whatever words you don't want to be shown on your visual, you can add those words to the stop words. You can enable the toggle button default stop words, or you can add your own words too. So play around with it. It's a pretty cool visual. I thought we can use that. And if you click on any of those parvas on the top, the slicer, those cloud also changes. As you can see, we have created I think 5 pages. We have created 5 report pages. So it's a pretty cool thing, I thought. From a text file, whatever we initially started off with loading those text files from the folder, we could easily create 5 different pages. So now that we have done that, I went ahead and kind of added more stuff to the stacked bar chart. I've added a text slicer, as you can see on the left side, and I've made changes. I've created a title and also kind of formatted the visual, and in that input placeholder, I've added that sentence, please enter the name of the character. And to the tooltip page which we have created earlier, I've added another column, parva, so that if you hover over any of those bar chart values by character, Yudhishthira or Arjuna, you can see in what parvas those names have been mentioned. So let us try to say, for example, I've also created a subtitle for the stacked bar chart, and if you enter any name here, once you type in, for example, if you type in Arjuna and select, it will tell you how many parvas Arjuna has appeared as a subtitle in the stacked bar chart. And for example, if you want to search for any other character, in this case Varaha, you have it is mentioned in 3 parvas, and if you hover over, you can see those who is Varaha and details, and also subtitle. So a simple conditional format measure. So we have created 3 measures, and also we have created 5 pages. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video.